Do you think it's fair for humans, for instance, to maybe put a dolphin in a tank in an aquarium and then for us to maybe contribute to it to buy a ticket? Or do you think it would be more fair for us as individuals to maybe to watch that nature documentary on the dolphins where they're free in the ocean? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really complicated.
Well, the dolphin thing behind the tank, I have seen the documentary Blackfish about the orcas.
Right.
So with that specific thing, that's like actually like horrible.
You want me to go with you? Oh.
Hi there. What are your names?
Angie.
Angie?
Emmett.
Emmett. Nice to meet both of you. I'm Cooper. Our first question is, how do you feel about animals?
I feel like we should preserve them and help them exist.
I like most animals, like the ones that won't kill me.
I think that's fair. You don't want to be predated upon. Do you have any companion animals at home?
Yeah, we have a cat and we have a snake.
Okay. What's the kitty's name?
Nala.
Nala. Okay. With your time taking care of Nala and the snake as well, what does it teach you about the feelings and personalities that animals have?
Definitely conscious in a way that is very similar to our own.
Okay. I'm going to pause just for the slightest second just to go like this. Perfect. All right. I just noticed we weren't in frame. So you're saying they're conscious, similar to us? Is that what you said? What does it teach you about their feelings?
Well, I've definitely learned a lot of different things just being around my cat.
Right. You just learn a lot from them, spending time with them. I hear you. Do you think there's a distinction, say, between animals like snakes and cats and other animals like fish or pigs and cows? Do you think they all have personalities?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Not any that I've really seen, but I think yeah.
Right, you think they might have this personality, but you don't have personal experiences with them. I see what you mean. I want to ask, do you think there's anything that us humans need from animals in 2026? Or do you think we have other options today?
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course there's other options.
You think we have other options? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, I wonder...
Actually, we need their help sustaining the earth.
Right. Like, I want to ask about like a situation of exploitation, such as entertainment. Do you think it's fair for humans, for instance, to maybe put a dolphin in a tank in an aquarium and then for us to maybe contribute to it to buy a ticket? Or do you think it would be more fair for us as individuals to maybe to watch that nature documentary on the dolphins where they're free in the ocean? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really complicated.
Well, the dolphin thing behind the tank, I have seen the documentary Blackfish about the orcas.
Right.
So with that specific thing, that's like actually like horrible.
Right, because they want to swim so far every day,
Yeah.
but they're in these tanks and it's not very stimulating for their brains, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's, if we have an option to learn about them and to feel connected to them by witnessing them while they're free in their home habitat, do you think that's a better alternative than going to the zoo or to the rodeo or to the aquarium?
Of course. However, I think it takes time to change that culture.
Right. It's kind of ingrained in us.
And there's also misinformation as far as a lot of people think that zoos are primarily rescue habitats or things like that. So there's a lot of ways that our culture just needs to change towards that. I mean, and of course, the increase in technology and use of drones and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, of course, we can learn differently.
Right. It's so
in the next 50 years, we will get there.
Right. I like that idea you said. I hadn't even considered it. It's so non-invasive to not even have another human, maybe just a drone that's a bit above head, and then you can kind of zoom in and you see the animals while they're not in cages. I want to ask, do you think we have a similar alternative when it comes to our food choices at the grocery store or the farmer's market? Do you think we have an option to opt out of animals being used for us?
Not while there's big money in the big industries.
What do you
I
think?
feel like there are definitely other options for like the same things that something like a steak would give us, like nutritional wise. But The sad thing, like, there is so much, like, to be sold in that.
It's a really big problem.
Yeah. Yes.
I hear you.
I feel like we could make that switch. But,
Right.
And there's a part of me that, like, wants to, but there is a lot of just things already there that.
Right. I see what you mean. It's like such a big problem, and it kind of feels a little bit overwhelming almost. And we're not necessarily going to reach everybody who walks by. Maybe everybody who we reach isn't as open and it isn't as, you recognize the abilities of animals. You recognize that they have feelings, like your cat. Not everybody we won't reach, but do you think that individuals like us who do care, who do have this recognition of animals being conscious, do you think that we should opt out of them being used for us as individuals, like end our personal contribution if we can?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? What do you think?
I think, if I'm going to be totally honest, some things take a lot of willpower, and I'm not going to, like, pretend that I have a whole bunch of that. But I do think that if it is beneficial to just our planet in general, and it'll, like, help everything be healthier, it would be for the better.
Right. I hear you. There's kind of like barriers that it's kind of like an ingrained habit. I wonder, have you ever seen any of the videos where the animals are being exploited within zoos or within factory farms or within a slaughterhouse? Have you seen anything like that in your life?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How did you feel when you saw it?
That there's a lot of money perpetuating the abuse of animals.
I hear you.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, you've seen it a little bit too.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should give those industries our money and contribute to them if we have another option? They're challenging questions.
Yeah, I just don't think that we have that option.
Not here in Portland? You don't think, like, we could pick up...
Oh, you mean voting with our money?
Right.
I think that it needs to... I think that fight needs to be done higher up.
Do you think we could do both? Do you think we could personally end our contribution and fight that political system and do both at the same time?
Not the way we have been. I don't think we've been successful so far.
Do you want to be part of the movement that's trying to combine those efforts and end our personal contribution and challenge that system? Would you be part of that movement?
I guess it depends on the organization.
Yeah, okay. I want to ask, if you saw that footage maybe more regularly, or maybe not regularly, but if you saw it and you became more connected with that process, do you think it would deter you from picking those products up in the grocery store?
Yeah, just like anything, the more you see it, the more you're likely to agree with it.
Right. Just kind of becoming that informed consumer gives you the option to opt out if you want and make the decision yourself.
Just a lot of people fighting against that type of awareness.
Right. And that's what we're here doing. We're just trying to connect with our neighbors, our community. We know we're not going to reach everyone, but the open-minded folks like y'all, I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance that we can make a change for our fellow Earthlings and make it a better place for everybody.
What organization are you in?
We're part of Anti-Animal Use. We're not accepting money or donations. We literally just have conversations with our community. We do give out a resource card that links to some helpful...
That would be great.
Yeah, would you be interested?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give...
Thank you.
Can I give one to each of you? In case you're curious too. I'll ask one hard final question. If you could choose, how many animals would you prefer are exploited for you in the future?
None.
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 Do you think living a vegan ethic would get you closest to that goal?
No, I really don't.
Really?
I really don't.
What do you understand vegan to mean?
No, I understand what vegans mean. I just don't feel that that's the type of agency I have in our culture.
You don't think you could afford it? You don't think? That's your main...
It's a little bit about the economy, but also just the availability and...
Do you shop at a grocery store? Yeah. So I shop at like a Winco because I'm like a cheap shopper. And and I can find so many options. I could construct dozens of different plant-based diets at just my local Winco.
Yeah.
If you focus on foods like rice and beans and potatoes and legumes and grains
but
and
that company
fruit
that you're
veg.
giving money to is exploiting animals. And
Right, but you're
that's the
encouraging,
difficult
you're
part.
putting in the demand for them to do something else with their time and their money.
I just don't think that vote's big enough to make a difference.
So do you not vote like in elections either?
No, No, I definitely do. Yeah.
But your one vote might not swing the election, but it's about doing our part and like thinking about our contribution to what kind of world we want to live in the future.
Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Recently, I used to eat pretty unhealthily, like snacks and stuff, and I started like really trying to eat healthier, and I think I could do the same with not eat like with being more like vegan. I feel like it's pretty similar. If you get into that habit, it's pretty easy to just have it be natural.
Right. It takes about like a month, maybe two, because maybe the first week you're kind of on the internet, you're like, I'm maybe going to look up, where do I get this nutrient? But then once you know. Or maybe you're going to the store and you're like, oh goodness, I have to see which plant-based meat I like, or if I want tofu or seitan. And the first week or two, it's like, oh, well, maybe I didn't like this one, and I did like this one. But then once you know the products you like you said, it just becomes your everyday habit. So it's not something that I think about on the everyday, but I'm just trying to reflect with my neighbors. I really appreciate both of you taking time.
Thank you.
And wishing you a wonderful day at the market.
Yeah.
You have a good day. Bye.